Greetings. I am Dr. Nteri Nelson, co-founder of the Academy of Kemetic Education and Wellness, counseling and consultation. We are located in Mattapan, Mass. I am a metaphysician, a clinician, and an educator. I am here to talk with you about the sacred practice, yogic practice of whirling, which you'll see in this upcoming video. Whirling is an advanced yogic meditation practice that is as ancient as the universe itself, because whirling is a motion, and everything in the universe is in motion. And so when we are whirling, we are bringing ourselves into harmony and alignment and balance with everything in creation. Our African ancestors have given us a Kemetic science, which I have written about in my books, KaAbBa, Building a Lighted Temple, The Metaphysical Keys to the Tree of Life, and MerKaBa, the Energy Body of Light. And so when we are whirling, when we are in this practice, we are moving within the 7 soul bodies that our African ancestors of the Nile Valley have taught us. They have given us this Kemetic science of understanding who we are, both human and divine. And when we whirl, often people will ask, Dr. Nteri, don't you get dizzy or nauseated when you're whirling? And the answer to that is, when we're whirling, we move beyond the physical body, the soul body that gets dizzy and nauseated. And we raise our vibration to move and indwell those higher spiritual, more subtle soul bodies of which we are made. We've become light and full of light and full of grace and full of ease. And from the vantage point of those higher soul bodies, we are able to transcend those heavy matters of the physical plane, the things that bog us down and weigh us down. Things like grief and anxiety and depression and loss or trauma. Whirling is a tremendous healing art. And as a clinician, I use this practice with folks who come to our center to help make things lighter, to overcome heavy emotions of fear and anxiety, trauma, to take flight, to overcome the gravity and the density and the heaviness of the seeming things that are the matter. We get beyond the seeming things that are the matter to be within our higher soul bodies, wherein we are able to glimpse from above. We are able to see that which needs some corrective action in our daily walk. From the high spiritual bodies within, we're able to glimpse our earthly walk and those matters, and from that higher spiritual light, see how to move into corrective action. In order to whirl, we are developing our first eye, spiritual head center, located between our eyebrows. And so how are we able to whirl? How are we able to not get dizzy? How are we able to move with this grace and ease, like all the planets, all that is the sun, the galaxies, the constellations, the galaxies? How are we able to be in the atoms on a micro level? How are we able to move with this grace and ease? We are developing that first eye, and as we whirl, we are activating that first eye, where we are able to move beyond the one at a timeness, or just being able to see this part or individual perspective. And we're able to, in moving beyond the part, we're able to see the relationship to all the parts in creation, and we're able to, in seeing the part in the relationship, then we're able to behold a one at a timeness and a simultaneous all at onceness. We are able to see the part, we are able to see linearly in terms of relationship, and we are able to see spherically and all at onceness in our silentness. Folks are spending lots of time in the gym, and that's wonderful. We need that. I spend lots of time in the gym as well. But when we whirl, we are able to combine so many of the practices that we would have in the gym in this one motion. We need and we develop great strength and stamina. When we whirl, we become more energized. When we whirl, we become the wheel. Often we are seeking the bicycle or the treadmill or the Stairmaster in the gym. But when we whirl, we are the wheel. We are all the equipment that we need. wheel in this outer movement, this outer vigorous and invigorating movement. In whirling, we are moving deep within that place of centering and stillness. In the midst of this outer movement, we are spiraling into this place within, this deep and abiding place of peace and ease within. This centering within this place of peace and ease within, the place where storms are not. And we must cultivate this place of peace within by our meditation, which we also teach at the Academy, and by our whirling practice, which we teach at the Academy. In our meditation, we are sitting still and moving within that sacred space within. And in whirling, in this vigorous spiraling, we are likewise centering and moving to that deep and abiding place within, that place where storms are not. So whether you join us for meditation or whether you join us to learn our whirling practices, you are learning how to move in that centering to that place within, that space where storms are not. And this is cultivating the most sacred real estate, the most sacred place that we could ever indwell. So join us in our yogic meditation and whirling practices, and look for information about classes on our social media.